Hey everybody, welcome back to Omega Zone Gaming, and this is the review of NieR Automata. Yeah, I'll pronounce it how I'm gonna pronounce it. It's weird. It's weird Japanese BS naming. So, in this game, the Platinum Games is handling all the combat stuff, while everything else is handled by the original creator of NieR. So, let's go ahead and get Planet Side. So as you can see, it marks on multiple visual types. Side-scrolling, standardized visuals, all that good jazz. So the basis of the story is this takes place years after the original NieR. Now, for you who didn't play the original NieR, basically what that story was about is basically a guy who finds out he's not the original version of himself, and he ends up having to fight himself, who's a scourge against humanity and is killing them. This takes place a long time after the fourth ending, which I'm not sure what that ending is, because it actually wasn't in the game. It was in a novelization of NieR, so we've never seen it. If anybody knows what that ending is, please put it in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to discuss it. So in this, you are playing as a robot named 2B and her companion 9S. Basically, humanity is sending these proxy android humans down to Earth to basically destroy the evil that has come forth.
The hangar's up ahead.
There we go, hangar. And to try to win Earth back for humanity. Humanity is apparently on the moon, although I don't believe, from what I've been told, you never actually see them. So, that's the gist of the story. This is another graphical style in it, which is a top-down shooter.
Like you to a recon job. If all they want is scan the and built for that kind of thing.
Orders are orders.
All right, all right.
You're going to have some new weaponry installed from here on out. I'll put up instructions for you. Make sure to commit them to memory.
Roger.
Oh, missile barrage. So, as far as the story goes, it's unique enough in its own aspect, and I'm going to give this story a 5 out of 5. Now on to gameplay. Gameplay is a little bit hard to review because there's multiple styles. You see that there's top-down shooters, side-scrolling action, hack and slash RPG. There's all these different styles of gameplay, but they merge and work so incredibly well together that you can't help but to love it. So, you know, based on that alone, the fact that they can take so many gameplay styles, make them so unique, and yet they all work together, I gotta give gameplay a 5 out of 5. It's some of the most unique gameplay I've ever played, and Platinum Games, for the future, this is what we want to see. We want to see this good type of gameplay. You know, we want to see you continue these styles. Don't go back to a TMNT. You literally can't after this. You know, do not go back to a TMNT style after this. Don't ever do that, or Legend of Korra. Don't ever do that again. Because you just made this game too good, too desirable to play. And I don't even understand fully how you did it. So, that being said, gameplay is definitely a 5 out of 5. Okay, now onto the big guns. Where do we stand on graphics and audio? For me, graphics are amazing looking. They are some of the most detailed things I've ever seen. As far as character graphics go. Character graphics are amazing, okay? Let's get that straight. Character graphics are amazing. Environments are a mix. Like buildings, seeing the rubble and stuff, that's nice. But I don't know. Some of the post-apocalyptic thing of brown, it's just something I don't like anymore. Not that I've ever been a huge fan of the post-apocalyptic color of brown before. I understood the limitations back when Fallout did it.
None of the machines in this area are hostile. I've been seeing more and more enemies like this lately. They just stand there and stare into space. It's pretty weird.
Proposal. Eliminate enemies in vicinity and restore access point immediately.
So, graphics, I'm going to give a 4 out of 5. It's only because of the brown. If it wasn't for the brown, it would definitely be a 5 out of 5 for me. But the brown is what really does it for me. I get it's supposed to accentuate certain details from the original NieR, but you set this decades later, A, and B, the original NieR came out back when brown was the color scheme, okay? So, I can't give that as an excuse. For me, the graphics are a 4 out of 5. Audio, however, voice acting is amazing. The witty banter, the music, the game, the the graphical immersions stuff like footsteps and swordplay, and swinging. Sounds like it's right out the 90s for Power Rangers with the swordplay. I can't help but to love that. Audio is a 5 out of 5. Now, if I had any minor gripes, and this is more nitpicking than anything, is that Square is still using save points. Square, Final Fantasy 15, you let on the fly saving for the most part, unless you were in a dungeon. I get you count the whole world as a dungeon, but it's time to leave save points behind. Persona 5, they gave you, save rooms frequently enough where it wasn't a huge deal, and it wasn't a deal breaker, and when you were in the real world, you could save wherever. Here, they don't frequentize save points enough for that purpose. That's really one of the only major complaints I can have on the game. I know about 2B Butthole Gate, as I like to call it. I don't care. Quite honestly, there's a little thing called adult content all over the internet. Her butthole does not bug me. Okay, so I really don't care. But for me, overall, story 5 out of 5, gameplay 5 out of 5, graphics 4 out of 5, audio 5 out of 5. I am going to rate NieR Automata a 5 out of 5. If you are looking for a good action hack and slash RPG, go out, spend the $60. If you're, not looking for that, wait a little bit, let it go down. But I do give it a seal of approval. I say this should be in your library. It's worth every penny to be in your library. It's not going to disappoint. Multiple endings, good gameplay. Great voice acting, great audio, great overall audio. I really can't complain overall. I nitpicked it a little bit, but overall, this game is a success. And I do feel it's something that everybody should play, at least, if not own. And I'd say you should own it, just because there's apparently like somewhere around 9 or 10 different endings. The next review will be I Am Sonata. It will not be tonight. It will most likely not be tomorrow, just simply because I am supposed to work, but I don't know what's going to happen. I've been having some difficulties at work that I really don't want to get into, but so it will more than likely be Friday or Saturday. Also, I have a few other reviews coming up. One I really kind of want to get into is Drawn to Death. I also wanted to do a perspective video on Final Fantasy X and X-2 for somebody who played it way back in 2001, 2003 when the games first came out. But until next time, this is Omega Zone Gaming, and I am out.